Hello beautiful people, LosingDrea here, and it is actually Monday, July 16th, 2012, although I'm coming at you for my weigh-in day, which was yesterday, Sunday, July 15th, 2012. And basically, I don't really have a loss to, well, maybe like a little loss to report. And the fact of the matter is, for every pound that I lose, I end up gaining back. And I've just kind of been fluctuating. And as the title reads, I'm getting out of the 240's in the wrong direction. So rather than going down, the scale's going up. And I know what I'm doing wrong. There's no excuses for it. It's just terrible, bad habits coming back to haunt me. And I've got every excuse in the book for why I've been doing it, but really there's no excuse for it, because food is not making me feel any better. And of course, looking at that scale and seeing those numbers go up is not making me feel any better either. Now, yesterday I had a little bit of an issue with my husband, and I was scheduled to work, and shortly after I signed into work, which was just after 4 p.m., hubby had chest pains, and they were severe. They were so severe that I was into something that I couldn't even stop what I was doing. I have this job that just, sometimes I just can't stop what I'm doing. And thank God my mom was in the house, because he immediately, I think he went to her, or he called out to her, and she came to his rescue and called 911 for him until I could get myself off of what I was doing to go and tend to him, because I couldn't just leave what I was doing. Okay, it seems scary because, you know, you would think I would just drop everything and be able to run to him. But I can't risk losing my job on top of losing my husband either. But for whatever reason, thank God again, my mom was there. Okay, he's okay. It's not a heart attack, at least not that they know of. Everything, EKG and all that, tested out negative for having a heart attack. But they did keep him overnight. It is now 3:28 in the morning, and he is at the hospital. They did admit him. They finally gave him a room just before midnight. They allowed him to actually eat something, but no food or anything by mouth, maybe a little bit to drink after midnight, because he's going for a stress test, more than likely in the morning, when the cardiologist can come and see him. So I did really good yesterday. I woke up, he made me a wonderful salad. It was healthy, it had some chicken in there, a little bit of avocado, and I was doing good, and I was planning again another good day of eating healthy and getting back to my lifestyle journey type foods that I know. And then he got a plate, a tray, or whatever they gave him. It was more like a TV dinner. God knows what was in it. They gave me one. All my bag of nerves, I ate it. Got home, and then just ate a bunch of stuff. I'm not even going to go into what all I ate, because I don't want to tempt anybody with what all I ate. But none of it, and I mean none of it, was any good for me. Okay. So whatever I did yesterday, okay, now I'm thinking tomorrow's a new day and we'll start all over. But now this is already after midnight, so I'm already into tomorrow. Anyways, I'm going to try to do better. Today's my day off. I didn't really work technically yesterday, so hopefully my next check's going to be, I was trying to make up some hours that I had missed during the week for this last pay period. But anyways, just getting back to the whole lifestyle journey thing. So I get on the scale today. You know, I haven't even written it down yet, but my weight was 251.4. Okay? So 251 pounds, 0.4. And when I last got on the scale on the 8th, which was last week, it was 249.2. Now, keep in mind, in between, I've been getting on the scale, and on the 6th, it was 252.2. So it went down as of the 6th, but it's still up as of last week. And the week prior, I mean, I'm not even going to go there. Let's not look at the past. Let's just look at the future and what just happened. And basically, I'm not making the right food choices. I'm not exercising. And Tom has been showing his ugly face, but not really sticking it all the way out there. Maybe that's not a good way of putting it. But anyways, he's like been knocking at my door, but not really coming through. So I've been cramping. I've been wanting to munch, and no doubt I'm ready to go munch now, and it's 3:30 in the morning. So I gotta try to fight this feeling that I have. I already ate enough junk for today. But I just want to touch on something. I feel that I am not the only one going through this right now. And it seems like, I don't know if it has something to do with the alignment of the planets or the stars, or call it what you will. I mean, maybe you don't even believe in that kind of stuff. But there's something that happens that the world kind of shifts, or, you know, when it happens for one, it happens for many. I'm not the only one going through this, is what I'm trying to say. And I know that if you're watching this video right now, you're probably saying to yourself, you know, she's right. I've been going through this myself, and it's a troubling time that we're going through. And I think there is a time when we all experience either a plateau or something that, you know, we're fighting, we're struggling, we're going back to our old habits, we're finding ourselves doing the things that we were doing before and not generally just moving on and getting through it. And I'm sitting here, even while I'm doing this video and I'm talking, and in the back of my mind I'm thinking, like, how did I get to where I was that had allowed me to lose the 50 plus pounds that I had already taken off? And how do I get back there? And what do I got to do? I know what I got to do. I got to stop eating all this junk. But I'm at a time right now in my life that I feel like I'm stretched my stomach back out. I've been eating junk, and I've got a taste for sugar and all this junk and all these carbs. And now that's all I want to do, is I want to just keep stuffing my face with it. And how do I stop? Okay, some people would say there's cleanses, and there's fasts, and there's this lemon and water thing that you can do to try to cleanse your body of all these carbs. And if you've ever followed Atkins, which, okay, I'm going to admit I don't know too much about it because I don't follow plans. I'm not a plan person. I tend to not be able to follow things, so I haven't this time around. And this was the only thing that worked for me, was not following a plan and not calling it a, I don't even want to say the D word, but I think you guys know what I'm getting at. So I don't call it that, and it's just a lifestyle change, and I've cut things out of my life that maybe I didn't like anyways, but I knew were bad for me, like drinking soda and juices and basically just drinking my calories, and then just learning what portion control was all about and actually following that and eating a little portion of this, that, and the other thing, and eating it at separate times of the day, not just sitting down at one huge meal and pigging out all at once, because that just wasn't working. So I had gotten all this down to a science, and I felt at one particular point, you know, I can do this. And then at another particular point, I felt so strong about it, I felt like I could teach others to do this. And then at another particular point, I thought, I'm going to write a book or something and help other people do what I'm doing. And I just felt like I was in the zone, and I knew what I was doing, and now I had this newfound education about my own health, welfare, and lifestyle, and how to change it and how to make it better for myself and just lose the weight. And I'd done so good up till prior to moving. And then I had all these excuses, and they were different excuses from the excuses I used to make back in the day, but they were still excuses, which is no different than what I used to do back in the day. I made excuses for why I did what I did. And it's just like an addict of drugs, you know. You always have an excuse. So I was having a bad day. Things weren't going my way. So I did what I did. And that's basically what I was doing. And that's basically what I'm doing now. I'm having a bad day. There's a rough spot. I hit a bump in a road. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not the only one going through it. So I wanted to put this video out there, aside from the fact that it is my weigh-in video, and just say that, you know, hey, you know, I have to admit when I gain the weight, and just as I want to come on here and say that I lost weight. And while I want to be a positive and encouraging role model for many who have written me and said, you know, you really encourage me, and you really help me go on and keep up with what I'm doing, because if you can do it, I can do it. And I hear it in so many different ways, and I'm sure some of you out there watching this have yourselves, you know, during your weight loss journeys, you know, maybe you've taken off a lot of weight and a considerable amount of weight, or you've done something and you've become a positive role model for somebody else who's then followed in your footsteps and now is doing the same thing and getting healthier and taking off the weight. So I never wanted to let anybody down. I never wanted to show myself as a failure, which is why this particular platform is a great tool to have, because I don't want to fail and I don't want to show other people that I failed. I have been able to maintain keeping up with what I needed to keep up with to continue to lose the weight and get myself on the healthier track. But then some things just happen, and yeah, I'm getting more honest and you know, with myself, and saying you have to, you know, you have to stop this, but you have to admit when you've done something wrong, and you can't beat yourself up over it, because that's just going to make you feel worse and probably make you eat more. But you know, are you any more of that positive role model for somebody else, or are you screwing up to the point where they're just not going to want to support you anymore because your bad habits and maybe even somewhat negativity might be giving them the wrong idea, and it's not working in a positive light for them? So do they stop watching you, or do they try to push you and help you keep going? You know, what do you do? What do you do when you see somebody that's constantly falling off the wagon, making excuses, not really gaining that much weight, but just not really as much as they're trying to lose the weight and get back on track? I mean, I appreciate those who are in support of me regardless of what I'm going through. But I wonder, you know, I'm only human, and I'm sure you all are too. I mean, do you just like, okay, I'm not going to subscribe to this person anymore because I'm really not getting anything out of her. She's not losing weight, so she's not giving me anything that's going to help me lose the weight. So why do I need to bother watching her? You know, it's not easy sitting here and trying to catch up to videos, regardless of who they are. Just saying. Okay, so that's where I'm at. So you know where my weight loss is at the moment. I've gotten out of the 240's, but in the wrong direction. I'm going to get out of the 250's into the 240's, and from the 240's down to the 230's if it kills me. I have to wake up and I have to stop doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it. I mean, I got a whole plate of chicken grilled up thanks to hubby before his chest pains yesterday. Salads are back on the menu. There's nobody in town. There's no parties, no dinners, no barbecues. I might make some of my famous figure-friendly rice pudding, but hubby wants that. Not that he should probably eat that, especially having those chest pains. But, you know, I do really need to get back to being serious about my weight loss. And you know, I was talking in a couple videos back about getting back to basics, and now I'm going to exercise more. I'm in a new house and a new town and a place where I'm able to go out and exercise. And I said I'm going to, you know, I did like a couple of days of Zumba, probably about a total of like a half hour one day, and then I just quit. I just didn't do it again. I didn't bother turning on the Wii. I didn't bother turning on the game. I didn't bother doing it. Now what is that? I mean, come on. I have better sense than that. I know what I should do. Look, I'm sitting here with my pedometer. I haven't worn it in weeks. I don't even remember the last day was when I wore it. Maybe it was a week ago. Maybe it was longer. I'm not keeping track of what I need to do. I started getting back into Spark People and tracking what I was eating, and then I got lazy again and stopped going there to do it. I can't do that. When things were working for me, I was going there every day. I was going there after every meal. And if I wasn't doing it right then and there, I was writing it down so that I could do it as soon as I could get to it when I got online later on that day. I know what I need to do. I just need to get back there to it. You know, even a couple of times I was sitting there, I was like going through old pictures and stuff from some of the recipes and the foods that I was making. And because I was putting my recipes into Spark People, as you do, so that I can get the nutrition facts and know what I was putting into my body and how much of it I was eating and how many calories and fats and all that I was consuming, I was also taking pictures of these meals so that I could upload them along with the recipes. And so I was going back through the months looking for some other stuff because I just did a video trying to show a comparison between Febreze candles with wicks and Scentsy, because I sell Scentsy, and I'm a proud independent consultant for Scentsy, and I just recently became certified. And so, you know, all these things that I'm basically doing in my life, I'm allowing to hold me back from what my real priorities need to be. And my real priority needs to be my health and my weight loss. And then, aside from my family, Scentsy. So, you know, I just found a new addiction, and it's not food, it's Scentsy. But I am eating things at times when I shouldn't be, and I'm not watching my portions, and I'm not tracking. You know, Country Girl 555 Tina said, if you bite it, write it. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where you do it. If you bite it, write it. I haven't been doing that. And trying to keep it all up here, it's just about as bad as grabbing a bag of pretzels, knowing that 12 of them is 110 calories, but sitting there and eating out of the bag and forgetting, ooh, did I just eat 6 or did I eat 9? Take them out of the bag, as many as you know you're going to eat for as many calories as you want to consume, and then you eat them. Bite it, write it. I mean, don't use the noggin. Don't think that you're going to be able to maintain keeping track. Because I think, just like with a goal that you set for yourself, if you see it, if you see what you need to do, and you envision it, or you see how much you've consumed thus far, as far as eating and meals for the day, I think it's a lot easier to push a plate aside and say, no more. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Let's think on a positive note and say next week's weigh-in excuse me, is going to be a good weigh-in in the right direction, which is down. Be happy, be healthy, be beautiful, but just be you. Be the boss of your own loss if you're on a weight loss journey. And I will see you, hopefully a couple pounds thinner, in my next video. Bye, guys.